Now, after that second season, something happened to Marcus Reeves. Go ahead and give us insight.
It was. It's about pride. When you don't take when you start losing that pride on the field, it really started affecting me because I felt that I should have been out on the field more, and I started carrying it back with me. I started, skipping classes here and there. Then certain aspects of, my attitude might have changed towards the coaching staff because certain things that I felt that, how they were running their team, and it's their team, and they could run it as they want to, but it was something that I was dealing with personally and against them, and they didn't take it personally. They didn't miss me. They have 150 kids that they come in that sit there and do the same thing every day. So it was one of those things of it was a lesson, and I learned it. I started blowing off class, and grades were slipping. So I told myself, well, maybe I'll transfer and go to a school where I'll get playing time, and then sit out a year, and then progressively probably get back into a Division 1A game. And dreams like that just didn't happen. I ended up coming back home and got a job, and from there I started going back to classes here and there, still trying to keep up with my schooling. But in the real world, when you're trying to do that and trying to manage your money and you're still a young adult, you make silly mistakes.
But but why? Because I know you personally. All state quarterback, all state in hurdles, very competitive, great athlete, and you play 2 seasons of football and you never play again.
It, it was a bad decision. That's what it all comes down to. And I'm not going to sit there and say that it was all the coach's fault. No, because as you get into that position, you got to make the mindset of you want this. You came to this school for a reason, and they chose you for a reason. Now sometimes some schools do let you out of your contract, and they do make better decisions to go somewhere else. That wasn't for me. I shouldn't have made that decision. I probably should have buried my pride, went out there, hustled more, do what I have to do to get my grades, do what I have to do to graduate, to have a diploma in my hand, possibly even have a NFL contract in my hand. But things like that didn't happen.
But I remember, I was gonna try to go to Grand Valley State University, and you came down, and you liked the atmosphere, but you never followed the offer. Did you lose the love of the game?
It's not that I lost the love of the game. It's just that I had a more insight of the game of than I was probably a little bit wiser at that point in time because I felt that I had set out too long, and I probably could have came back at a junior college. I'm not gonna sit there and say that at that time I was still running, I was still lifting, and things like that. But it takes the thing of to uproot what I was doing at the time. It still takes money. And when it all comes down to it, it still was all about money because when you get your scholarship, that's what you go there for. But you got to use them as you want to be used. You get your they pay you money. You get your you get your diploma, and you get your education. And that's what a lot of the younger players are not realizing. My thing is when my friend Carl Bennings, when he was playing at junior college, and he invited me. He told me, "Hey, you would fit in great in this program." I had even told the coach about you, but at the same time, I wasn't trying to hear that because I didn't have my mindset right to get back in the game because I wanted to get back at the same level of competitiveness as I was. With my current grade situations, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have had to go there and sit and watch for probably a year and a half, and that would have ate me up inside. But at the same time, that's about pride. That's about the person that you have to deal with, or I mean, not as you, but as yourself, you have to deal with. And you have to bury your own demons, and you have to deal with what you have to do to get where you want to go.
Okay. We have a lot of critics who say Marcus Reeves is probably one of the best athletes that ever come to East Chicago Central. Then you have the negative critics who make statements like Marcus Reeves was a great athlete, but he was faster than everybody in high school, so that made him good. So then when he go to college and he faced the same type of competition, now he runs. What do you say to that?
When I faced the same type of competition, I was one of the top 5 fastest at the college as well. It wasn't that if they were faster or they were stronger because I was stronger than a lot of players that started before me. The thing what it was about it's a mindset, and I just didn't have my mindset ready at that time. And the thing is, I didn't prepare me. It's you can be prepared, someone can tell you, but at the same time, until you go in there and realize it and do it, it's about you. So I just didn't prepare my mindset at the time, and at the time that it just wasn't in my future at the time.